The fusion for the month of November is now in-game. If you log in, you'll see this champion in the fusion portal, and you can obtain her if you cannot complete a bunch of events and tournaments that will be going on from today, 31st of October, all the way till the 14th of November. I have to put this strong warning in the beginning of the fusion. Know that this is not a fusion that you can save. Before I go even into her calendar and everything, this you'll find her in here, fusion portal. You have to do it the old school way. This is the old way we used to do fusion, where you have to pick up all these rare champions, new champions, to a new rare champion, a new epic champion, 2 champions right here. In game, you can find them in game. I'll go over the epic champion skills also to see if it's worth keeping one off for your use or something. Some epics are amazing. Let's see if this champion aligns with it, especially for those players who are not going all the way for the legendary champion. Is this a good epic? I will go over the skills, but I'll tell you, you'll be disappointed. So I want to see how we can make this better. But first off, for newer players coming in, a old school fusion like this is not for early game players. You need to be saved up on some silver, some gems, some energy in your inbox and everything before you can even start going into it. So if you go over to the fusion calendar, you see that it's starting off with a dungeon divers, which is neat. 31st of October, starting with a dungeon divers is we always complain that they don't start dungeon divers early enough, and this time they are starting a dungeon divers first before we're even seeing any other event right now. So today, 31st, there is nothing else you need to do besides that special spider tournament or something. But for anybody going to the fusion today, 31st is nothing for you to do at all. Spend all your resources prepping food or farming silver in spider, so you can go even to the second day, 1st of November, where this fusion officially launches, starting with a champion chase. The champion chase is coming up 1st of November, and it will align with the 2x ancient event that they already announced, right? So if you're pulling your shots tomorrow for that 2x ancient, you'll be getting some epics along with it and getting some champion chase points to pick up the rare. So you get the rare from doing this, rare from doing this, rare from doing this. So you get 4 copies of the rare, all on first day by doing champion chase, doing ice golem, and doing champion training. You just get 4 copies of the rare, which might even allow you to fuse one of the epics by your first day. So that's by fusing one of the epics, you can get some champion chase points. You won't be able to fuse the second one or the third one. Yeah, you won't be able to fuse the second one. There's only one epic that you can fuse by that first day, 1st of November. If you rush all these other events, Ice Golem is going to be the one that aligns with this dungeon divers. So you're going crazy in your Ice Golem to farm it and then get some dungeon divers points. As usual, once you're done with the Ice Golem, you do not need to keep pushing this dungeon divers one, because there's no other event that aligns with it. But only champion training can also be used for dungeon divers 1, I guess. These are the 2 ways we'll use to complete dungeon divers 1, which is ice golem and champion training. No other dungeon aligns with it. It's quite unfortunate. So that's going to be a lot of champion training for you to use to complete a dungeon divers. That's why it's starting early, so you can go into your game right now and start using the spider. I'm going for that special spider tournament that requires you to farm the spider with champions from a specific faction. With faction, I was waiting for that spider tournament. I've not done it until today. So Dark Elves only. I'll put together a team that can help me do it maybe later in the day, live on stream. So that's it. I'll use that to farm a little bit of the dungeon divers. 18 hours right here. It does have a prism shard to claim, and but if you don't have energy for the entire fusion, no need to even focus on that. All right, so that's the first thing I see on the calendar right here. What else should I be interested in besides that champion chase for the 2x ancient? That's always fun to push as during the 2x, especially if you're an early game player. Artifact enhancement is coming up in the 2nd, so that's going to be 1 artifact enhancement, 2 artifact enhancement, 3 artifact enhancement. So if you do not have the silver for 3 artifact enhancements, you need to be wise about it and save your resources for something else, because these are going to be brutal. Dungeon divers, there's 1 dungeon divers, there's 2 dungeon divers, and there's a 3rd dungeon diver. So this one does also have 3 dungeon divers, which are very long and very time consuming and energy draining, because they normally require 2 dungeon events to complete it. The first one is going to be Ice Golem and champion training. The second one is going to be Dragon. It pairs well with the Dragon, and it cuts into nothing else. Does that mean this dungeon divers is a little bit short? The second dungeon divers is all about Dragon. That's kind of weird, because normally we have 1 dungeon divers and 2 other events. Does that mean the Dungeon Divers points are a little lower than what they used to be before? Let me quickly see. Let's see where the rare champion is hiding in Dungeon Divers. Something like 5,000? No, it's actually 3,700. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. But for those going all the way, that would be 5,000 waiting for you for a primal shard right here. But 3,000, I don't know. Compared to the previous one, was it a good one, or did they make Dungeon Divers a little bit easier now? Because by seeing the fusion calendar, seeing that 1 event per dungeon, Ice Golem for 1 dungeon, Dragon for another dungeon, and then Fire Knight for another Dungeon Diver seems a little bit like what it used to be before, back in the days, where Fire Knight alone can help you complete these Dungeon Divers. Dragon can help you complete these Dungeon Divers. Hopefully 1 dungeon is enough to fight and get it done. Hopefully we don't have to spend excess. Well, this one has 2 though. This one has 2. Spider is also going to be used to complete this one. You have Spider to help you complete this dungeon. Those are very energy and gem consuming. That's why I'm looking, I'm trying to target them right now to plan ahead so I know what to do when this plan comes. So the only thing that cuts across 2 dungeons is this 3rd dungeon where we can use this Fire Knight and Spider, the ending of the Spider, to do it. Now it does have 2 summoning events. The first one is going to be the champion chase, like I said, 2x on Ancient, and then any other summoning event is Summon Rush. Another one right here that's going to give you another rare. Now these old school fusions are good in the sense that they allow you to catch up later. By catch up, I mean you have a chance of picking up the epic champion, who I'm covering behind me right here. The epic champion. So you're not just getting rares. You can chase all the rares and complete this fusion, and you can also chase the epic and complete this fusion by picking up this epic champion during this summon rush at the end, almost at the end of the fusion. This summon rush, I have to put it in red because it's not something everybody should go for, except you're going crazy for that summon event. So this one has to be in red because it's going to be something that not a lot of players go for. But if you can go for this, you have the opportunity to skip out on 4 events that you do not like during this fusion. So that's something you can take note of. Even if you during the fusion you miss 1 or 2 rares, you miss them, you might be able to catch up with this summon rush. So this is meant as a catch-up mechanic, I guess, but it's something most players just purposely skip 4 events in the beginning and go crazy for the summon rush. Some players who don't even have enough resources might save all their shards, don't go for this champion chase, and put everything they have for the summon rush. That's also a strategy that you can use. You skip the champion chase and you skip 3 other events, and then you pick up the summon rush epic right here to help you get the rest of the points. So that's a strategy that has worked before for any player who is going for this, and it can also work for you if you plan ahead. I don't try to target the summon rush events because the points requirement might be high. So when we see the champion chase tomorrow, we'll see how the points requirement is, but this summon rush requirement to get this epic is usually higher than normal, right? It might need you to put what, 7, 11 sacred shards or something crazy like that to get the epic champion. All right, the fusion looks standard. Is nothing surprising. I'm not seeing any crazy deck of fate or card flipping or any hero spot, any no strange thing, no surprise right here so far. This is looking like what a fusion used to be like in raid. No hidden tricks or anything up their sleeves this time around. Classic Arena 1, Classic Arena 2 standard. So this seems like a normal fusion, nothing special about it. All right, let me go over there and look at this epic champion that they released right now in the game. You check out the new champions that are released too. The epics you're picking up for these fusions can be found in the Barbarian faction and the rare also. Starting with the rare because that can be easily obtained by anybody. It's a void rare, and it's gonna be a new rare that is all of a sudden useful in raid. Let's find out. An A1 that places provoke, a 40% chance when booked. It's not a useful one. And then an A2 that attacks all enemies, strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. Not a very useful and rare also for these 2 things that it brings to raid. Places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns equal to 10% of this champion's max HP. So raid doesn't want to give us any rare that is useful anywhere. Despite being a void rare, definitely going to be a 4 and 3-star chicken whenever you pick up this dude not useful for anything from shards. All right, for the epic champion, you find this epic champion in the epic category of the Bannerlord Steel, and her name is Signy of the High Shield. This champion skill did not impress me. I took a look at it. It seems like this champion is trying to bring in decreased resistance, 75% chance on one enemy, and then increase resistance at the same time on our allies. So places increased resistance buff on and a 30% reflect on all allies. So it's one of those champions, 4 on cooldown, increased resistance, and these are buffs and debuffs that are still not very popular in raid. So they are trying to still make us maybe have an appreciation. There are niche teams that would benefit from increased resistance and decreased resistance for sure. Very niche teams. You can even make that work, speed tuning and all that. So your champions require less accuracy, or can even deal more. Require less accuracy, put more stats into attack and other stats, and do more damage maybe. So this champion will also have this skill is kind of weird. I read it. I was like, after the attack, has a 75% chance of removing one random buff from all enemies. Why are you removing the buff on them after the attack? Why not before the attack? So that was kind of strange for me. But the first part of the skill that before attacking has a 75% chance of removing one random debuff, that one is good, I guess. But this part of the skill should be before the attack, I guess. So maybe more damage can be done. I don't think this is a damage dealer. I think this is more of a support unit champion from this one, where this champion also, when this champion is under reflect damage buff, an enemy attempts to place debuffs, has a 20% chance of reflecting that debuff back to the attacker. It's not an amazing champion. Definitely gonna be not even worth a +1. Maybe useful for Bannerlord faction if you don't have a Bannerlord doing crazy things right there, but definitely not one that I'll be building anytime soon. Not for a video purpose, not for a champion guide purpose. Gonna be 4-star chicken whenever I pick up this champion. Not worth a +1. It feels like a fearmonger or something. One of those champions that will never build from this Bannerlord faction. Not to bash them or anything, I'm just saying their whole purpose in raid right now is to be a fusion champion for the fusion champion that is going on right now, Gretel Hagbane. So we don't know yet how we're going to pick up the Gretel's counterpart, but we are looking forward to the week and events that are coming up that will give us this other partner that we are going to pick up and pair with her. Because most people are saying she alone in your team, she doesn't really bring much, except they are together and then they go crazy. So shout out to Raid for giving us that special reward that we are going to use for our summoning. Who won summoning pool, they gave us 35 fragments of this prism shard, right? So people really appreciated that for the Halloween treats. Nobody expected that. It was quite a surprise for sure. Posted that on the Discord. I've not summoned mine yet, since tomorrow is going to be champion chase, right? Champion chase. I felt like it's right to save this. I'm also farming the Sun Devil. I'll have 2 summons right here during the Sun Devil, and maybe pick up some champion chase points. That's always something we like to look forward to. When a fusion is coming up, you don't just summon this when there's clearly 1 day and 16 hours. So tomorrow I'll be doing my 2 summons from this summoning portal, including my ancient shard summons, to see what I can pick up during this 2x event for ancient that is going on. There are some other news that dropped in the content creator chat that should let you guys know regarding events that are coming up tomorrow. They're nothing big or anything. It's just if you're farming the dungeons or you're summoning your shards, you have a 10x chance of getting Volcano's Fumo from ancient shards. Is that a new champion? I think that's one of the new legendary champion that came out. Let me see, is he on this list? Volcano's Fumo. See, yeah, this is the champion, Demon Spawn faction champion. Volcano's Fumo is coming up. This champion, is it already in game? Yes, this champion is already in game. Go check out their skills. I'll not read all that, but this champion is a 10x champion that is available tomorrow on Friday, 1st November. You have a 10x of obtaining this champion while you're summoning your ancient shards normally. If you like him, you can summon. Then the duration of the 10x will be 1 day shorter. So if you do not like this champion, you want to wait till Sundays to summon your ancient shards. So 10x will not be active on Sunday if you do not want to have a 10x chance of getting this champion from your shards on Friday and Saturday. Also on Friday, 1st November, along with this fusion that is going up, they are having a 2x drop fever event of getting retaliation from the ice golem. As you farm the ice golem for that fusion event, you'll be getting retaliation set, 2x chances of getting retaliation sets from this ice golem boss. Not the best artifacts we like to farm or use, but early game players still use it a lot. I guess there are lots of other ways to protect your champions or make them get extra taunts. Reflex is what people prefer these days than retaliation, although there are two different things, retaliation and reflex. People just do relentless instead, than although retaliation still has this place for healers who have A1 heals, who like to, or AoE champions who do AoE stun sometimes. I guess if they have a good stun on their A1 or something, not from a set though. Then on 4th November you have a 2x boosted chance of getting speed artifacts from the dragon. That's going to be the day we start farming the dragon for this event, right? 4th of November, the dragon tournament will launch, and you have a speed boosted event going along with it. So you're not just farming the dragon for purpose of getting points for the fusion champion, right? You're just getting speed artifacts at the same time along with it. Then 7th November, along with the Fire Knight Castle event, there will be a 2x chance of getting regeneration set from the Fire Knight Castle when you farm it on 7th. And then on Sunday 10th, they are planning to launch a 2x event for dropping secret other accessories from the spider. Those ones are not very popular. No matter what faction you boost the chance of getting the accessories, people don't really like to farm any accessories, except you're one of those players who need those specific champions factions accessories. Then that will be the day for you to farm the spider to get secret order. Today right now you have Dark Elves boosted by 3x, but still nobody's interested in it except those built-in special teams to fight the spider with the special conditions to get spider tournament points. All right, they say look for the drop fever label in game 1, you know, so that you know when all these ones are on. So 1st November, 4th November, and 7th for ice golem, dragon, fire knight, all going along with the fusion plan. So, is there any secret that is hidden in this fusion plan that I'm not seeing? It seems like straightforward. It seems like something we've done over and over and over again. I just wanted to hop on here and look at it again to see if there's any hidden ways we can, complete this without throwing away all our resources. But it seems like it's going to be the old school way. Now, for those who are still doing some fusion prep, who are not yet ready for the fusion and looking for where to spend energy today, you might want to go over there and start farming this particular potion keeps from this cold brew fusion calculator that we normally use to check how many potions we would need. It does say magic potions right here. You require 80 of the greater ones, 24 of the superior ones, while for let me push it this side, while for the void, there are void rares. These rare champions are void. You need 160 lesser, 64 greater. While for all total of arcane you use for the magic and the void, you have 80 lesser, 108 of the greater arcane, and then 12 of the superior ones. Those are the resources you need to have available before all this fusion begins to get so busy. So if any of those keeps are open today, you might go and farm it. Maybe today you can just throw all your rest of your energy in this arcane if you're not having enough. How many arcanes do I currently have? Look here, it shows you 44. So I'm fine for arcane. What about for magic? I can't really check magic now except like going to the portal. Anyways, that's what is happening in raid right now. Fusion has commenced. I'm going for it because I have enough resources to go for this fusion and anything else that is happening in raid. So I'll put together a spider team, maybe post that video if I don't think nobody wants to see it, but if you're going for that spider, also let me know in the comments as part of this first day we are farming the dungeon divers along with the spider, so that tomorrow we can officially go into the ice golem and start farming that comp. I just want to have enough resources to go for this double pool right here, and I'll also be doing some remnant summon, so I might not even need to open my ancient shard. But from remnant summon, from this summoning pool, and then from the one epic I'll fuse, we might have enough to complete the fusion. Even from old fragments might be enough to complete the champion chase. But I want to open some ancient shards. It should be saved for when they do a guaranteed 150 ancient shard summon guaranteed event, but I want 2x events. don't even know how close I am to Messi. So watch out tomorrow, Friday, first thing in the morning. I'll come on here and summon my ancient shards. See what I can get. Maybe one legendary out of 85 won't be that bad for sure. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Good luck with your fusion, and let me know in the comments, are you still going for the fusion, or you totally decided to skip on the champion already because you don't even like the champion? Alright, later guys.